to handle those problems.
But David, this is a problem that keeps tripping people up. Why would you pay why would Michael Cohen pay $130,000 for something that Donald Trump, he's still not said, I did not have sex with that woman. What happens at the White House is Sarah Sanders says that the White House says that this has never happened, but Donald Trump himself has never personally denied it. So, but still, why do you pay $130,000 for something that didn't happen?
I understand. It could be a school of thought that says that's illogical, but when you're in business,
is illogical.
Okay. But when you're in business and when you're a politician or you're a lawyer or you're a doctor and you're accused of something and you have a decision to make, do I avoid litigation? Do I avoid embarrassment? Can I have a non-disclosure agreement signed and go on with my life? Or am I going to enter into a messy litigation? I am going to have family problems. There's going to be accusations all over the place. It's actually a no-brainer to enter into a non-disclosure agreement and pay someone $130,000.
Out of your own personal pocket.
By the way, you guys call it hush money, right? I call it legal extortion because this happens every single day. That people come around, they're looking for a payout. By the way, she really needed the money, okay? She was desperate for the money. She admitted on 60 Minutes she was shopping the story around everywhere. She shopped the story around, and then they went to Michael Cohen and say, hey, give us $130,000 and we can make this go away.
I'd like to get to the legal question
here
because you have said that Donald Trump knew nothing about this payment. Therefore, the suggestion is that that non-disclosure is not valid, that David Dennison, the alias for Donald Trump, never signed it. And as you know, Michael Avenatti says, therefore, that NDA is not valid.
There's no agreement in effect.
I was going to get the suggestions from Michael Avenatti, who has not come through on anything yet. He hasn't come through on his polygraph test. Those CDs that we saw in some safe, he hasn't come through on that. He hasn't come through with anything. The non-disclosure agreement is rock solid. It's an excellent non-disclosure agreement. It's a non-disclosure agreement between EC LLC, the LLC that was created by Michael Cohen, and Stormy Daniels. And the clause says and or. So even though there was a line for David Dennison, and or. So it could be and or the ECLC or David Dennison.
So you're saying it doesn't matter that David Dennison didn't sign. But listen, there is no love
He's not a part of the agreement.
There is no love lost between you and Michael Avenatti, and this is not an open invitation to start whacking at him. But how do you see how do you see this actually resolving itself?
Look, it's not my proudest moments when I know people are saying it's great TV, but these are not my proudest moments.
Great TV.
He called me a hack the other day, right? He called me a hack on your show. He must have been referring to my representation of New York City taxi cabs fighting against Uber. That's how I took the app.
There you go. David, how do you see this? But wait a second.
By the way, I'm not going to stoop to his level and call him names.
You guys have called each other names.
Yeah.
I want to talk about something here. You've said that the president was not aware of the agreement. He was not aware of the money.
Right.
When did Mr. Cohen tell him about this, or did he tell him about it?
The president became aware of it much later on. All right.
How much later on?
I don't know. He
don't know?
Michael Cohen never told them about it. Okay, it didn't come out.
The president learned about it from somewhere else?
He learned about it when it came out.
Before the election?
Well, she violated the agreement right away, right? So she never had any intention of, so she stole the $130,000 basically, and then decided to shop the story around.
But
so the rumors got around right away.
David, you do see that it defies logic, knowing, for anybody who has worked with Donald Trump, that he would not know about this, that he heard about it on the news.
Michael Cohen's not anyone. Michael Cohen's not anyone. He's a very loyal, trusted person who had great latitude to be the fixer. And that's exactly what he was. He was the fixer.
And he took out a home equity loan in order to pay off Stormy Daniels?
Yeah, to get the money quickly.
Does that make sense to you, that a lawyer would take out a home equity loan of his own person?
In a vacuum?
Does that make sense to you?
In a vacuum, no. Would I do that? No. For an outside client, it's a different, you have to understand, it's a different relationship between these two people. That's what I'm trying. It's not a lawyer-client relationship. And by the way, he wasn't acting for David Dennison. He was acting for.
You realize there are tax implications for doing
legally
that.
He was.
Yes.
What are the tax implications? For Stormy, did she receive